Greetings and salutations. Welcome to the Anime Lately podcast, your ultimate hub for all things anime and beyond. Whether you're joining us for the first time or you're returning listener or you are new to the channel, the new rebrand channel, and welcome because we're thrilled to have you on board for another exciting dive to the world of animation and pop culture, because this is episode 159 of the Anime Lately podcast. So brace yourself for character debates, side conversation, and a dash of chaos and a hatred for Jokester adding to the list of many things he hates. But all crammed in our 2-hour show, Adventure or Less. So we're back and ready to hear Mariah Carey sing for the next 31 days on all retail stores and all radio stations. So happy holidays, and we can't wait to discuss on what it is on this adventure. So stay tuned on what is the rundown, because we will tell you. So engage with us, share this episode, bring your friends, and let's make this day unforgettable. All powered by AniMa W3 Studio. Moving forward, all podcasts are pre-recorded, but you will catch every episode on a Thursday on YouTube and the audio feed, wherever you listen to. So let's meet the panel.
Y'all was waiting?
But people
We
waiting.
don't wait for Mariah Carey. She starts getting played November 1st.
Yeah.
That is true. She does get paid for November 1st. But as you know, here's the team. Love and peace, Vash, and we're here to hear Mariah Carey sing for the next 31 days. Cause that's all I got. I got no one-liners. But all I got is, are you ready for the Merry Christmas, for the Happy New Year, and to start and end this 2024? If it was good, bad, or ugly, whatever it may be, we're thankful that you're here and alive to enjoy the rest of the year, to end and enter the new year.
Mm-hmm. Talk that talk. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Someone's couldn't know there. Yes, sir. Yeah, that's right. Hey, everybody. How's it going? It's your world champion Whawkins here, and I'm going to be giving you the Steiner math for each category in the Game Awards. And if you don't know what the Steiner math is, I will legitimately pull out the promo
Once
and
more,
say it again verbatim.
if anybody don't know what that is, go check out the Weaves of the Ring episode 90, where we have a clip for that. If not, it might be on the social media this week. Go check that out.
Just know we have a 33 1/3% chance of coming out optimistic in this episode.
That is very true.
It's a lot less when it comes to me, because what's up? It's your boy Jokester, and all I want for Christmas is a code to 2XKO. I've been asking for half a year now.
Hey, I'm just getting into League of Legends Arcane. Please get me that code too. I may be the third person on this show that has said it. It was first Jokestar and then 2 Crash. I might be the third one. Am I a League of Legends fan? Not sure. But am I Arcane fans or League of Legends lore fan? Yes, I am. So definitely, I would love to play some combat and anything involving Jinx and Echo, more of that story. So fuck yeah! If you're here for the first time and don't know who we are, I want to first tell you, we are the Anime Lately podcast. We don't just talk about anime, we also talk about anything involving pop culture entertainment. And as well, if you're new to us and don't know the rebrand, because we used to be called Anime Lately, I want to give you guys a rehash, because the past 2 episodes of episodes 157 was Arcane Season 1. So go check that if you haven't. It's been 3 years, in case you want to get a little feedback or a little refresher memory. And if you want to go through the emotions, the roller coaster of season 2 of Arcane, go check out episode 158, because that we did a full dive for 3 hours. Both episodes was a 6-hour type of podcast of full entertainment. And I feel like deep down we still didn't even get into everything. There's so much more to that not even the slightest. Trust me, there was so much more to that segment. I'm okay even doing 2 more other 3-hour podcasts, but hey, that most likely won't happen. But definitely check those out. There's other YouTubers, so definitely go check out the content and enjoy. The last thing is, we are animation, manga, wrestling, webtoons, and entertainment. Most of all, for you guys is what we're calling AniMa W3 Studio, and we bring the positive entertainment for the representation for the weebs. Now, let's start our predictions for the awards. And now, I'm going to pass it to Jokester to lead us from here on out.
Yeah, so, with the Game Awards, it comes every year. It's low-key disappointing every year. And it's no different this year. So, let me go over. We got what we're going to talk about because it's a lot of categories, and honestly, not a lot of them that even I, the one that's probably the deepest into gaming here, really gives a shit about, right? So, all of the categories are best esports team, T1, best esports athlete, Faker, best esports game, who really cares? Content creator of the year, who really cares? Most anticipated game, best adaptation, best multiplayer, best sports slash racing, best sim slash strategy, best family, best fighting, best RPG, best action adventure, best action game, best VR slash what's an AR?
Augmented
Artificial, yeah,
reality.
augment, yes, which is
Oh, okay,
Yeah,
okay, okay.
kind of like Pokemon Go shit.
Got you. All right.
Yeah.
Best mobile game, best debut indie game, best independent game, best community support, best ongoing, games for impact, innovation in accessibility, best performance, best audio design, best score and music, best art direction, best game direction, and then the big one, game of the year. Those are a lot
Yep.
of categories, and guess how many of them actually matter? Well, at least
Not
to
that
us,
many.
probably
Not
about
that many.
14 of them. Like it's
from our list of what we got or what we chose to speak about. I counted 12, even with the question mark ones that we have. So 12 we have of a list that we will be discussing.
yes. So let's actually just start on that list now. We're going to go from bottom to top because game of the year, obviously that's the most important one. So we'll talk about that last, right? So the first one that we do have that we want to talk about is most anticipated game. Here is our list. We have Death Stranding 2. I forgot that was coming out.
I forgot
Ghost
too.
of Yote. Grand Theft Auto 6. Metroid Prime 4.
Bro.
Out fucking time. And Monster Hunter Wilds.
So, if you don't mind, I would like to speak first since I am the least gamer expertise in this panel. If Grand Theft Auto 6 don't come out this coming year, I'm gonna laugh because I know they've been saying it's gonna come out, and they finally put a year. And if it doesn't come out next year, I'm gonna laugh. So in 2025, if Grand Theft Auto don't come out, I'm gonna laugh. But out of these games, myself, what I'm actually looking forward to is Ghost of Yote. Even though I have not played Ghost of Tsushima, I've seen clips. I know I'm gonna play it one day. The second is Metro Prime 4. Because I know Metro 1, 2, and 3, I think it's on Nintendo, or they remastered it, or they had a package thing a couple years ago, so I heard. I have not played any Monster Hunter games. I've played Monster Hunter, the one that's a Game Pass, I believe, on PlayStation. And guys, I played like 10 minutes, then I had to go somewhere, had to log out, and I literally was just only designing my character for those 10 minutes. After that, I never went back. So that's all I got. Death Stranding, I heard of it, seen the gameplay or some trailer of it, but that's all I remember.
Well, here's the thing. Monster Hunter Wilds, get out of here. I don't give a fuck about you. Death Stranding 2, I also don't give a fuck about you. So I'm gonna punt that baby into your proverbial ocean that you have in your game. Metroid Prime 4, I kind of care about, but at the same time, I never was really a big Metroid Prime person, so cool, whatever. No, the two I need Grand Theft Auto 6 because literally I have played Grand Theft Auto 5 on three different generations of consoles. That's insane to think about. Three different
PlayStation 5, PlayStation 4, and 3.
Well, yeah, PlayStation 5 got that, upgrade with it. PlayStation 4, and I'm pretty sure it was on the 360 when it first came out.
It was on the 3 and PlayStation. It was on the 360 and PlayStation 3.
Yeah. So, yeah, 3 generations of games of consoles. each with like upgraded versions of it, blah blah blah. I'm tired of playing upgraded versions of it. I've literally gone back to replay Grand Theft Auto 4 because I'm tired of 5. So Grand Theft Auto 6, please, you need to come out. And the fact that we're getting another Ghost game, just like Ghost of Tsushima, which was my game of the year in 2020, just inject it. Like I have a vein right here in my arm. Just choose one of those two right in there. Just make sure you swell it up a little bit so you don't miss, and just inject that Ghost of Yotai game into my veins, because I'm literally gonna spend every waking moment I have when that game drops on just that game, just exploring, just going anywhere. Like Ghost of Tsushima, I platinum that shit, and like
Oh wow.
it's not like it was hard to platinum, but like it's the fact that like you had that accomplishment of it. So like just another one
Of
based,
course.
a little bit further into the future. Oh, just give it to me. Give it to
Doing a
me
game platinum
now.
shows that you love the game. To me, anybody that platinums a game shows that you care for it. Because like I've only platinumed two type of series of games, which is
Yeah.
Ratchet and Clank and the Spider-Man games. Those are the only ones I've actually platinumed in my life.
Only game I've ever platinum is Spider-Man 2018.
Yep, that's the same one I
Yep.
did as well.
Also had that one
I
platinum.
just haven't done the DLC, but yes, I agree.
Mhm.
I've never
Um,
been one to
man.
care about platinum in games.
Same,
But,
And that's
same.
the thing. Me either, but like there sometimes there's a game that comes around that I'm just like, nah, I need to do everything in this game. Especially when you look at the trophies and you're like, wait, that's actually attainable. That's actually doable. All right, cool, bet.
And
Let's
I'm
do
happy they show the trophies now. I'm happy because they used to hide those
that. Mhm.
motherfuckers and not tell us how to get them. So I'm happy they do that now.
Yeah, they'll.
mhm.
I'm glad they still hide like the story based ones.
Yeah,
'Cause,
story
yeah,
what?
you should. I don't want to be spoiled on some of the story shit, but like yeah, some of the other ones it's like, oh, here's this out of context, thing that you have to do, and we're just gonna hide it from you so you don't know how to do it until you look it up. And it's just like, oh, come on, man. Come on, just let me know I need to go to this jazz club at least once with one of my team members, so that way I don't miss that fucking trophy and have to replay all of Persona 5 Royal again just to get it.
I knew there was going to be a specific one you were mad about.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
just had to wonder what
I
it
was
was.
so-
I was waiting for it too.
I
I'm
was
like, it
so
sounds
pissed.
too specific. He
Just-
said jazz club. He said it like with team member. I'm like, is this a shade to a game? And then it was.
Look, normally I don't check the trophy list, but after that happened to me, I'm like, all right, I need to check these trophy lists so I don't miss anything like that. Because it's like it's so easy to do. All I had to do, and it's not like I couldn't do it. It's not like there wasn't time in game to do it. Whatever, that's besides the point. Ghost of Yotai, come out, get into my body now.
How about you, our host for this? What are you excited? Are you excited for any of these?
Yes, actually. So Death Stranding. Shout out to Kojima. You're amazing. Ghost of Yote. I still need to play Tsushima.
Same.
Do it.
I think Tsushima looks amazing. I'm fairly certain it is because I've heard nothing but good things about it. I just haven't played it yet. Grand Theft Auto 6. I'm a Grand Theft Auto enjoyer,
Mhm.
but I'm gonna keep it a buck with y'all. The only Grand Theft Auto story I've ever beaten was San Andreas,
Yeah, that's fair.
and
I mean,
like,
that is one of the better ones. So, like,
and when I got Grand Theft Auto 5, it was literally just so I can do hood rat shit with my friends. Which is 9 times out of 10 the only reason I'll ever get Grand Theft Auto 6, so it won't be within the first year of it coming out. I will wait for that hoe to go on sale.
Yeah.
Metroid Prime 4. I am excited, primarily just because I want to see it happen. I just
Yeah.
want it to come out because it was years where we just suffered from a JPEG. Come on, Nintendo.
Dude, we're coming up on 8 years
Mhm.
roughly since they even announced it. And that was when the Switch
Mhm.
dropped. It was
Yep.
literally around Switch dropping, and they were just like, oh, by the way, Metroid Prime 4 every year since then. When is it? When is it? How much you want to bet it's going to be on the Switch too?
Oh, most definitely.
Like,
Most definitely. So I am anticipating that. But then we have Monster Hunter Wilds. I am a very casual Monster Hunter fan. I've played Generations. I own Worlds. And I actually recently got a follower on Twitch who is trying to get me to play Rise with them because I saw a monster in there who looks fucking sick and I need to fight it. So yeah, I'd say that Monster Hunter Wilds definitely has my vote.
okay.
So Monster Hunter Wilds, you're torn between Ghost of Yotei and Grand Theft Auto, and what about you, Vash?
For me, if I had to choose one, it's Ghost of Yotei. If I had to choose two, it's Metro Prime as well. Even though I've never played the series, I know the character, I know the lore, heard things, but the one I'm most excited for is Ghost of Yotei. Because it's great that they don't call it Ghost of Tsushima sequel or two. They just have Ghost of where they could transition to another character if there's a trilogy of a third game. So I love that for it.
Yeah.
Just wait until we get to America and we get Ghost of San Francisco.
No. I don't want that. No.
But, okay.
No.
So, next we have Best Adaptation. One, I'm fairly certain we're all kind of unanimous on, but of course I'll read them out. We have Tomb Raider, The Legend of Lara Croft, Like a Dragon, Yakuza, Knuckles, disappointment, Fallout, and then Arcane Season 2. So, starting from Yuvash.
I think my answer is simple in this one. Number one, I could go on a whole Arcane tangent, but I'm gonna just hold my thoughts. I'm gonna just say Arcane Season 2 was godly. Definitely I could explain a couple more flaws about it, but still more great things about it. Let's just say Arcane. Have not seen Fallout yet, even though I work on the show for 1 week. And for Knuckles, have not seen it yet, even though we were planning or supposed to review it. And Like a Dragon Yakuza is the Amazon series that dropped. Have not even jumped on it. I was gonna tell the team, hey, let's review this. I'm not sure if I even told them or never sent a message, but it was an idea. And Tomb Raider, it was out in August, I think a week or so before Terminator, the other series. So I think it got overshadowed by Terminator, or I'm thinking
It was a Terminator series?
Exactly. Yes, there was a Terminator series animated that came out in the week of Anime NYC. So I think both of these came out in August, just 2-3 weeks apart of each other, or Tomb Raider came out in July. So I know it came out the summer season. It seems like I have to tell Paul more things and more than twice to 3 times to make sure he remembered the shows that's come out, or he just has forgotten.
Shut up.
But that's my answer. Arcane.
I'm the one with the bad memory here. I'm the one that needs the reminding. I can't remember shit.
Well, hey, listen, it's your turn with the brain cell.
Thank you. Give me that brain cell.
I'm proud of you.
All, okay. First of all, it's Arcane. Let's just get that out.
I'm about to say, like, all our answers are is Arcane. That's it.
I'm just so mystified. Was there really nothing better than Knuckles? The fact that Knuckles
but thing is, I heard Fallout was very good though. I heard Fallout was very good though.
No, I think he's more just talking about the fact that Knuckles is on this list in the first place.
Oh,
yeah, because here's the thing: Borderlands came out this year.
But Borderlands was not great though. Borderlands was not great. Come on, hold up.
No, I'm not saying it's better. I'm just saying the fact that it's worse than Knuckles. Seriously,
bro.
Yeah,
bro. Well, look,
listen, bro. Kevin Hart was on it, bro.
Yeah,
it wasn't hard.
Yeah.
Look,
not.
I remember. I think I heard IGN gave it a 3 out of 10. I think, for the top of my head, or 5 out of 10. And look, that's IGN still. But I heard the people that I know and trust that do reviews online on YouTube and everything, and they've been doing this for years, and I believe them. They said that this one was like, if you're gonna watch this film, just go drunk or go high as hell if you want to just have a good time, and that tells you something. 2, this film, I think they gave it a 3 out of 10 as well. So take that as well.
Bruh. I did have friends who they're not reviewers or anything. No, they're casual fans of movies just like me. The thing is, I have never seen them walk out of a movie before.
Oh shit, they'll walk out.
When I tell you, they told me that they were going to see the movie because I was at work, and an hour later, they say, "Yeah, we're just gonna go get something to eat."
Damn. They still sat there for an hour to decide if they want to go out.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. So I mean, it's just the fact that Knuckles is just nominated is just.
I feel like that's good. Yeah, wait.
Mystifies.
I can't even say that because I haven't seen Knuckles, but I heard it was not like look. I didn't hear it was great, like an out of 10, like Arcane or these other series that could be, but I feel like if it was a 7 out of 10, that's still good. It was enjoyable. Could have been better. Is that why that if you've seen it, I'm not sure. I don't remember. Is it that's what you're salty about? Probably Knuckles that could have been better.
I think people were mainly mad because of the amount of Knuckles that was or wasn't in it.
Not, yeah.
So it was the fallen trope of what Godzilla, Pacific Rim, and those type of shows that is more humans than what the actual character that we want to see for.
Exactly.
And the fact that the human shit was not good at all.
Damn, all right. So I need to do my homework and watch Knuckles so I could see Sonic 3 as well, because I would like to see, because Sonic, I mean, with Knuckles, that's at least a side story of Sonic 2, so I really should check it out, and also to get a perspective of it then.
Yeah. So of course it was a no-brainer, but I still had to ask the question just to be a good host. That the answer for all of us is Arcane. I'm gonna keep it a buck. Actually, I already clicked off of it. I didn't even know this was a thing until today.
Yeah. He did mention that
right before we started, watch that because I do love Lara Croft. Don't care about Fallout. I saw one episode of it. It looks passable. I do want to watch this because I think the Yakuza series of games is actually just fucking hilarious.
Let's do a watch party. I would love to watch the Yakuza or the Tomb Raider one. I don't mind doing those too.
Bet. Okay. And next on our list of things we care about, best multiplayer. And I mainly put it on here because I feel like we all have our votes, but we all know what's going to take it. So we have Warhammer 40K Space Marine 2, Tekken 8.
What the fuck? No, you're good. No, you actually had well balanced on that one. So now you know that was perfect. Super Mario Party Jamboree? What?
Yeah, it's a
I'm impressed.
game.
I'm impressed.
From what I've heard, this is the best Mario Party game that's come out in a while.
So I don't know if I don't get it because I don't want to fight people, but I have always wanted to play and own a Mario Party, but never have owned it.
I hit a person with a chair because of Mario Party.
Good, as you should have. As you should have.
Like, question.
That's the kind of energy Mario Party brings.
Was that
matter of fact? Story time with Jokester.
Exactly. I'm like, you can't just say that. Try to keep it short, but let's hear because I really want to know. Was it like a type of wrestling? Like a WWE chair, like type of practical aspect, or was this more?
So, story time with Jokester. Let's take you back to 11th grade in high school. It is a day when most people are testing, but me and my friends are there because we already did our test and we didn't know we didn't have to come that day. So what do? We sit in the lounge like we usually do and play games, usually it's Smash Bros. But on this day, we decided, you know what? It's looking like a Mario Kart / Mario Party type of day. We can be as loud as we want because the only other person that's in the lounge is the security guard. And thank God it was the one that actually did like me because the other one didn't. I ain't gonna lie, I was kind of a jackass in high school. So as we're playing Mario Party, shout out to you, Stefan, you lucky bitch. This douchebag we're playing Mario Party 2 specifically. It is a doors minigame, and everybody's made it through. There's one door goddamn left, and as I am about to get to this door, this magic motherfucker slides out of nowhere and steals it right from under me, and he thinks, oh yeah, this is just like some esports shit where I'm going to be sportsman-like, and he just looks at me, and I'm like, Real shit. So I take one of the stools, because we're in a lounge at a school. It's a stool, not necessarily a chair, and I hit him with it.
Good.
We're still friends, by the way.
Yeah. Again, this is the kind of energy that Mario Party brings to the table.
I never had that
you know?
experience, but that's understandable. Damn.
I've hit people over less. But yeah,
Nah,
that's
I
Mario
love the energy
Party
though.
Jamboree. Next, we have Helldivers 2, which had a great blowout coming out and then just died. I
The
think
memes were great though. Like the memes lasted
most
for
definitely.
good like 3 months at least, and those were fun. Those were fun though.
I think they have been making updates to come back, but I just don't see the same like love for it that I have other games that were like out around the same time that content creators played a lot. And then of course the one we all know is going to take it, Call of Duty Black Ops 6. It's Call of Duty.
Yeah.
We know people are going to play it every year, and people are going to go for it.
I have fun with Black Ops 6. Black Ops 6. You know, appreciate Game Pass. Thank you for having the game there, so I can play it. Thank you very much. I must be straight up. And I've been having a good time. The memes are funny. That's almost say the memes are funny on when they're on social. Like the one that I was laughing, like I dead ass just be having a little giggle. Like I just like like just, you know, when people say, you know, the LL, you know, the writing because they laugh in their head. Those I actually say out loud. Like I am actually laughing out loud. It's funny. The one of Call of Duty is when the guy runs and the voiceover says, "I'll protect you, Mr. President." Show's always funny. It gets me. It's so stupid. It's just the Call of Duty character, the Marine Army, the player, just running, just doing the Omni movement, and just runs, and he's the one that gets shots. That's it. But it's just funny, the voiceover. It just always gets me every time. But yeah, my vote is Call of Duty out of all these. My second vote, if I had to say, is it'll probably be Tekken 8 will be my vote, but I know Call of Duty will win. Warhammer. Yo, I really want to watch some type of YouTube videos or some streamers that play that shit, because to me, that shit is a lot, like fucking insane. But I really
watched one of my homies play it, bloody as the fuck. Just think, what's that motherfucker? What's the Xbox exclusive? Gears of War.
Gears of War, yeah.
I think it's like Gears of War with the types of bloody that it is.
Oh yeah, Gears of War. I know people, Henry Cavill, and I know and a few other celebrities that have spoken about it. I just never actually seen pictures or type of videos, nothing of it. So I really want to like know more about it. I hear great things about it. That's all.
Yeah,
definitely. Yeah.
What about you, Whawkins?
I mean, it's gonna be Black Ops 6, you know, but just for sake of what I prefer on the list, give it to Mario Party. Come on, just do it. Just do it, you cowards.
All right, and as the fighting game player that I am, Tekken 8 definitely has my vote. It has been amazing to watch, not play because I'm too broke. But I've been watching, you know, I have so many content creator friends, so many fighting game player friends. It's just been amazing. So I do vote for Tekken 8. And they brought Heihachi back, which if you know anything about the story of Tekken, of course we didn't think that nigga died, but he very much should be dead. But I'm glad he's not. And at least they, you know, didn't just show him like, you know, back in action all on tens and shit. No, he had amnesia, and there's actual story when it comes to Heihachi being back. So I think that's really dope. So yeah, mine goes to Tekken 8.
I feel like that's a good vote.
But of course we all know Call of Duty. Call of Duty.
It's gonna win.
So next we have Best Family. And it depends on what you consider a family game. That confuses me about the picks in this one, right?
Because Super Mario Party is there.
Yeah,
and the
Peach. No, it's not even that. It's because it says for the best game appropriate for family play, irrespective of genre or platform. When I see family play, I think it's a group game. I'm thinking it's a family game, which I think Mario Party is the only one that makes sense here. The rest of these are games that are family friendly, so they are good for your kids to play. but they're not family games because the only one that's like can be played by a family is Mario Party. But that's just like my rant about that aside. We got Astrobot, amazing game by PlayStation, a good PlayStation exclusive with one of the cutest mascots we've seen. Rest in peace to Sackboy. We got Princess Peach Showtime, a platformer that came out and everybody forgot it existed. Thank you, Vash. I'm glad you remember Sackboy too. We got Super Mario Party Jamboree, which we just talked about. We got Legend of Zelda Echoes of Wisdom, the first Zelda game where you play as Zelda. And then we got the Plucky Squire, a game, I believe it's an indie game that was made by Devolver. Really cute game. It kind of plays like this version of Legend of Zelda, like the first one, the Link's Awakening or Link to the Past one that came out a few years ago, mixed with Mario, Paper Mario.
Yes.
It's actually amazing from what I've seen, and I really want to play it. I just haven't because I'm broke. But because of my issues with the description, of course, my vote goes to Mario Party. What about y'all?
Whawkins, if you don't mind, I need to let my excitement and frustration just out a bit.
No,
Yo,
go ahead.
Thank you, Jokester, because chat, I barely ever stand up and give excitement and facial expression like that, because it shows. Little Big Planet was one of my first games I fell in love with that reminded me a lot of Ratchet and Clank, and it felt like a new PlayStation type of character lore when it comes to Ratchet and Clank and other PlayStation's characters of their properties. And Little Big Planet was one of my first PlayStations that I bought with my own money back then when it was PlayStation 3. Like, of course, I put my mom helped me out too, so I also want to give credit to my mom back then. But it was the first PlayStation I got, and PlayStation 3 came out with Little Big Planet, part of that bundle. And yo, Astrobot, I will buy you in the future because you remind me of Sackboy, and it sucks that he's never coming back. And fuck you, PlayStation, for that part. You guys should bring him back, even though you gave him an updated version, because that's what technically Astro Boy is. I mean, Astrobot, like that's technically what he is. Just and also it looks pretty cool.
All I'm saying is we could get a platformer combo, like a crossover.
Exactly.
Which I feel like would be pretty sick.
It would. It would
Yeah.
be a dope ass crossover they ever do. And PlayStation, yeah, do that. I love you for that. However, my vote for this for Best Family, I do agree with Jokester first rant explanation about what the fuck this is a worse explanation of games combo. Like you have the Legends of Zelda and Super Mario and then Princess Peach in this. It's like weird. However, my choice for Best Family, I feel like not Smash. I feel like Marco should have been here. Like that's a game that's always still gets played for family events and everything. But
it's for games that came out within the year.
I know, so that's tough.
Yeah.
But with this year for Best Family, I will give it, just to be biased since I haven't played the others, is Astrobot.
Yeah, and that's kind of how I feel with like these ones that aren't multiplayer on here. It's just like, okay, kids can play them, and adults should probably be close by, so that way if they get to a spot that they can't beat, because as somebody with like nieces and nephews that try to play games, I can't tell you how many times my nephew's been like, "Can you beat this for me? Can you beat this?"
That's
for me?"
adorable.
In a Mario game. So I'm just like, okay, fine, I'll beat it for you real quick. Okay, there you go, run along now, kid. So like with things like that, I could see why like some of these are up there. But yeah, I mean, I would probably lean towards Astrobot because I feel like kids probably got into that a little more than anything else on this list. They might have gotten more into Princess Peach, but again, we barely heard anything from it after it dropped. So yeah, I'm gonna go Astrobot with this one, I think.
Awesome. So we got 2 for Astrobot and me for the right decision.
All right.
So back to the categories. We have my I'd say expertise, but also I just think one of the options here is mad funny. We got the best fighting game.
Oh, here we
Uh,
go. Here we
so
go.
here we have Tekken 8 Multiverses, Marvel vs. Capcom Fighting Collection Arcade Classics. Ain't that a mouthful?
That's a mouthful. Jesus fucking Christ.
Grand Blue
Sounds like
Fantasy versus Rising. And then Dragon Ball Sparking Zero. Yeah, that's a decision.
Yeah.
I'm a speak here because
I feel like that's you.
Grand Blue,
Go.
yeah,
Shoot.
Grand Blue Fantasy, great game. Shout out to you, Arc System Works. They released a demon character who is hot as hell, and I need to buy that game so I can play her. Marvel vs. Capcom Fighting Collection. Everybody is glad that they now have a new legal way to play Marvel vs. Capcom 2 with online. Tekken 8. I already talked about it. Now for the two I really want to get into. I get that it is a game where you fight. Why in the fuck is Dragon Ball Sparking Zero here? I'm just...
No.
I get it. 3D arena fighter, I guess. It just feels...
Fighting.
As an FGC person, it just feels wrong.
Yeah.
And that's really all I gotta say on that.
Okay.
Yeah.
But now let me get over to this bitch who doesn't belong here. Hello, Multiverses. You're a disappointment. If I like this individual, there is a certain low tier deity who would have a great speech for you. All you FGC fans, y'all understand him. That reference. But yeah, fuck Multiverses. WB Games, you had something beautiful and you squandered it.
Oh,
you
they did? Squandered
fucking
that badly?
Oh yeah,
squandered it.
dude. Yeah.
Oh, it doesn't feel good to play in the slightest. In
That
the slightest.
sucks.
You give me a game that's not Injustice where I get to play as Harley Quinn and then Jason Voorhees, two characters I fucking love. You put the Joker in there and he's the most busted piece of shit. And I was excited for the fucking Powerpuff Girls, but you squandered it by making the game clunky as fuck.
Damn, that's disappointing to hear.
Tragic.
Oh, yeah.
Truly tragic.
What y'all think?
You know?
Look,
man,
my simple answer,
for
I haven't played any of these games, so I cannot give a good vote. So I have to be veto on this. But if I hear about hypeness and how great the game was, I'm going to keep it simple. It's Tekken 8 for this one.
for sake of just being memey and trolly, give it to Sparking Zero. Just for sake of being memey and trolly, just do it. Just do it. Just I dare you. I dare all of you to give it to Dragon Ball Sparking Zero. I want to see chaos. Like that's one category I just want to see complete and utter chaos for. Do it. Do it, you cowards.
And what's your final vote?
Multiverses.
Oh, it is Multiverses, is it?
Is it Jokester?
Is it Tekken 8? Is that your safe answer?
I don't think he wants to answer.
All right, we move on to the next one.
Oh.
Oh, okay.
Uh-oh.
Loading.
Oh.
Loading. Is buffering?
You know what? Maybe it's better that my camera doesn't show up right now.
Since I'm not with it.
Maybe it's better that my camera didn't show up right now. Yeah, my vote goes to fucking Tekken 8. God damn it.
Understood. We go to the next one.
All right. Next we had we put a question mark on it, so I'm gonna just bring it up real quick. We had best RPG. For that we have Dragon's Dogma 2, Elden Ring Shadow of the Erd Tree?
Yes.
Yeah.
Final Fantasy 7, Like a Dragon, and Metaphor Refantasio. The reason why there's a question mark on this is because nobody played Like a Dragon here. I don't think any of us really care about Elden Ring. None of us played Dragon's Dogma 2. And honestly, I haven't heard anything since the first month that game came out.
Yep.
So then we have Final Fantasy Rebirth, which Whawkins played. And did you enjoy that?
Oh, I loved it. It's for me personally, it's tied for game of the year, but that's neither
That's
here nor
valid.
there.
And then we have Metaphor Refantasio, which I haven't played, but one, it's
Mhm.
Atlas. We know it's good. Two, it's basically like medieval Persona. We know it's good. And three,
Yeah.
it is so like if you do yourself a favor and just watch some of the battles, and then you'll need to know why you need to like just go through the story.
Yeah.
Just watch a
Yeah,
battle
it's
and you'll understand. So it's amazing. But none of us have
mhm.
played it. I haven't played it yet because one,
Yeah,
broke, two, I ain't got that kind of time. Um,
exactly.
so on to the actual next one we were talking about, Best Action Adventure, in which we have once again Astrobot. Then we got Prince of Persia: The Lost Crown, Silent Hill 2, Star Wars Outlaws, and The Legend of Zelda: Echoes of Wisdom. Can I get y'all opinions on it, please?
Go ahead, Whawkins.
Uh I mean, man, it's tough because well, that's the thing. So like one of these is technically a remake from a game that came out years ago. So I
Wait, which one?
and
It, it's
Silent Hill
Silent Hill.
too.
Oh, that's a remake?
Yep, that's a remake.
Yeah,
Or
dude.
like,
Oh,
Yeah.
I don't follow horror, so I wouldn't have known.
Yeah, like so that one's a remake. So it's kind of hard because that one's one that like people put on a very high pedestal when it comes to like story-based games and all that.
yeah,
So like part of me thinks that might take it. Star Wars Outlaws, I was hearing things about like it was very start stoppy with like coverage and people liking it or not liking it. Kind of forgot there was a Prince of Persia game this year, so there's that. This might be another one that Astrobot might take, I think. Like if it's not Astrobot, it might be Silent Hill 2, but I have a feeling it's going to be Astrobot.
one. I've never knew a Prince of Persia game existed. I maybe loan the bell. Like I know that there was an adaptation from the movie that from Jake Gyllenhaal from
Mhm.
years ago, but I didn't know there was a new one out, like and like another game. And I haven't really played the games before, so I really want to check out the trailer after we're done recording now for the Prince of Persia: The Lost Crown, because I'm intrigued now. The Silent Hill 2, never cared for the horror, but I played for the horror game years ago. So cool that I got a remaster reboot game type of style. Star Wars Outlaws, like Watkins, I didn't hear much about it, and the things I heard was kind of like a 7 out of 10 type of game. So still not bad, still not good, still not great. It's like still solid. So like if you want to play in Star Wars, go ahead. I've been slacking on my Legend of Zelda game, so really good to see that a lot of people like it. I think I saw Roger played this for a bit on his stream. So my vote goes
Yeah.
for Astrobot just because I've seen more gameplay involving Astrobot itself.
Awesome.
Yep.
And for me, I don't care about Silent Hill. I'm not a horror fan. I didn't know Star Wars Outlaws was a thing. Or I've heard of it. I didn't know it was a game, and I don't really watch much Star Wars media outside of the movie, so yeah. I haven't gotten a chance to play Legend of Zelda and Astrobot, of course. I think that's what my vote goes towards. But Prince
Mhm.
of Persia, it has several games, by the way. They've gone through 2D side scroller to
Yeah.
3D adventure with like Sands of Time, and the Lost Crown actually goes back to the 2D side scroller Metroidvania style. And
Cool. Okay.
God, is it good! It is
Okay, good.
so good. Oh my god. If you don't like backtracking, you won't like it. But then if you don't like backtracking, you won't like a Metroidvania in general, which
Right.
that's the style of the name of the genre basically
Yeah.
made from fans because
Oh,
Metroid and Castlevania.
Mhm.
I saw confusion on Vash's face. Um
Oh,
I
yeah,
appreciate it. Thank
so
you.
of course. But yeah, my vote does go towards Astrobot just because
mhm.
it is such a good game. It is such a it's such a well balanced, actually kind of challenging, cute as fuck, just level designed amazingly good game. Um
That's what I've always heard. I'm down
yeah,
with it.
so Astrobot. What was yours, Walkins?
It's Astrobot.
And yours is also Astrobot. Awesome. Glad we're concise. Next we have Best Action Game. Here we go. Warhammer. Stellar Blade. I'm glad to finally see that up here. Helldivers. Return of Call of Duty's Black Ops 6. And then Whawkins. You want to take the last one?
Well, I don't have my list up on my end.
Oh, the last one is Black Myth Wukong.
Oh, give it to my monkey. Give it to my monkey king, my monkey boy, my monkey king, my beautiful baby boy. Give it to him. Give him everything. Anything that Black Myth Wukong is in, I don't give a crap what you have to say. I have an agenda to push. It is going to be Black Myth Wukong. I don't care. Get your tight buttocks lady out of here. Get your people trying to save a planet out of here. Get your damn Call of Duty Modern Warfare Black Ops bullcrap out of here. Warhammer, go break like Thor's hammer did. Nah, it's gonna be fucking Wukong. Give it to the king.
Oh, dear good. All right. Also, I am streaming the list to Discord if you want to just follow it, Whawkins.
All
But Bash.
Look. My list is exactly what Whawkins said. Because out of these games, the only one I've seen is Black Myth Wukong from watching Whawkins stream the game on our Discord, or JD Legend and a few others of my friends that played the game on stream. Call of Duty being an action game, sure, but to me, action game itself was Black Myth Wukong. Helldivers 2, I've already spoke about it. Stellar Blade, ass cheeks, not the game. I mean, being bad, just ass cheeks for anybody that know what I mean. You know what I mean. You know. And Warhammer, I already spoke about that from earlier.
Valid. So, with me, I would originally say Wukong, but I'm not gonna lie to you. Stellar Blade does have a place in my heart and my meat. So
Amen.
It's a toss up. Because the thing is, I make the joke about, yeah, Stellar Blade, horny, ha ha ha. It's actually a decent game.
Yeah, no,
I've heard. It's actually a good game with good action and some pre-boss ass boss fights. Good. So it's like, I'm torn, but ultimately, I would give it to Black Myth. Only reason I don't want to is because of spiders.
I agree.
Well, yeah, no, I get that.
Fuck you, spiders.
Yes. So we're all concise. Wukong is best action game. Now, next, let's go to best mobile game. One that can really only be answered by me. So we have FK Journey, a gacha game. Balatro, I don't know what it is. Pokemon Trading Card Pocket game. Fuck. Pokemon Trading Card Game Pocket. It's the TCG, bro. It's great.
Yep.
Wuthering Waves, a game that I do play, and Zenless Zone Zero, a game that I've been telling y'all to play since it came out. Now, what am I going to give my best mobile game to? I'm gonna give it to Wuthering Waves. Wuthering Waves story, depressing, amazing though. The action, amazing. The character design, amazing. The pools, not actually expensive, and then they give them to you at good rates. I didn't play Wuthering Waves for like 2 months straight. I went back the other day to pull for Camilla and also finally unlock the multiplayer, and I got both.
So, Jokester, if you're going to tell me which game to download right now, I have my tablet open. I'm on the mobile app store. Which game would you tell me to download right now? Wuthering Waves or Zenless Zone Zero?
I'll tell you, Wuthering Waves, and the only reason I'm not is because why is Zenless Zone Zero so fucking big? I literally can't install it on my phone and or iPad because the game is too goddamn big.
How much gigabytes is this game?
Maybe it's because of all dim waifus in that game, you know.
I mean, yes. Also, I kind of got beef with Zenless Zone Zero because I wasn't able to pull Yanagi. I lost my fucking 50-50 and got that goddamn wolf. I'm still pissed
Tragic.
about that.
All right. Is
But
Wuthering,
yes,
Wuthering Waves is downloading on my tablet.
bet. So yeah, I'm gonna give it to Wuthering Waves. AFK Journey. It got good characters to look at. I have no idea what the gameplay looks like though.
All right.
I'm fairly certain that got on this list because of ads alone.
My answer is
Honestly,
that
I'll just defer to you.
my answer is
With
this.
that,
I'm now curious to see if there's a mobile game category on the year that Clash Royale came out to know if it was on this list, because people didn't know on the team Clash Royale existed or anybody actually played that game, and I'm one of them, so I'm curious now. And when it comes
It's me, I'm people who didn't know. I didn't know, and I'm choosing to believe he's lying about playing it, even though I've seen him play it. So yeah,
I'm vetoed by this list, and I give it to Jokes. Whichever he agrees, I agree. I support him.
Yeah, Wuthering Waves. Not to mention, I don't even play it on mobile anyway. I play it on PlayStation. Next we have best debut indie game, and I don't know why we put a question mark on this, because none of us know any of these games. We just know that Below is for game of the year. For some reason.
I haven't even seen any or heard of these games indie, which best to you guys. Congrats to these indie games, because I also want to give this congratulations because you guys work hard and you got nominated, so that's a great thing for you. So pat yourself on the back. Hopefully you guys a raise, and hopefully you guys got paid well, and hopefully this recognition and is something you guys could be proud of. That's all I could say about this category.
Yeah, shout out to the Plucky Squire. Yeah. I don't know why we put a question mark on here.
I think that's why, because you wanted to shout out Plucky Squire. So
okay, that makes sense.
Or probably give a good shout out to the people that work hard to make these indie events.
Yeah, that too.
Plucky Squire.
Yeah, exactly. Best community support. We're actually going to do two with this one, because along with best community support is basically the same for you want to go to the next one? Best ongoing. There's only like a 2-game difference, but does that really matter? So yeah, the choices are Baldur's Gate 3, Final Fantasy 14. That's 14, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Fortnite, Helldivers 2, and No Man's Sky. And pretty much the only difference on the other ones is there's Diablo and Destiny 2.
I mean, does it matter when Fortnite's gonna win both of them?
Exactly. Correct opinion.
So I hope Baldur's Gate 3 wins as well on the other category, because I know that Baldur's Gate has a huge community for it, and I know a lot of people play the game as well. So I know that's one game that I'm always hearing from friends or other content creators I follow, that they always speak about going back on, or it has the type of D&D aspect. So that's my hope for as well, because I know Baldur's Gate, I'm not sure if they have won previous years, but if they do, that'd be nice for them.
That's valid.
Yeah.
What about you, Whawkins?
I mean, again, Fortnite. It's I there's not much to really add. It's fucking Fortnite. I mean, if anything, they've had a really good year with adding like the Lego shit. Or was that last year they added that? Like either way, they added the Lego shit. They added the racing stuff, which was fun for a bit.
I still haven't tried it.
Back the old.
It's actually pretty good. They brought back OG and then did a basically a rap centered season. That was the last season that ended yesterday, and I think it was amazing. One, you gave me Ice Spice in the game. Love y'all. You gave me Juice WRLD in the game. Love y'all. You gave me Snoop Dogg in the game. And you made. I'm sorry, I still laugh about this. You made the minigun rap Eminem lyrics. It's Fortnite for me, bro.
I didn't play any day that season. I just thought about it. I didn't play one day in that season. That sucks. Oh well.
I failed you as a friend. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
But damn. But yeah, so for me, it's Fortnite. For Walk-ins, you said it was also Fortnite.
I mean, it's got to be Fortnite.
Yeah, and then for Vash, you said it was Baldur's Gate 3. Now, when we go over to ongoing,
It's
which is
Fortnite.
basically the same thing. Okay, cool. Glad we're all in agreement to that.
Yes.
Now we go on to the last four that's on our list. So
Oh
for the
boy.
first one,
Oh, boy.
we have best score and music, which we have Astrobot, Final Fantasy Rebirth, Metaphor Refantasio, Tazio, good lord, Silent Hill 2, and then Stellar Blade. So last one I brought up, Stellar Blade. Whawkins, you're a musician. Which one would you like to pine for here?
Okay, so I'm gonna be real. I haven't heard much music out of this list. Um, but I do know at least enough to know that Atlas has some awesome music in their games. I mean, Persona 5 and Persona 3 themselves
Oh yes.
have given me a plethora
A
of tunes
playlist.
to use. Yeah, of things just to use and listen to for like videos or just relax and anything like that. So like looking at this list without hearing much of it, it would be between that and Final Fantasy 7 because
Record
I
scratch.
have played.
1 second.
Uh-oh.
When the fuck did P3SR come out?
Oh,
Persona
damn
3.
it.
That was this year, right?
Was it this year?
If it
Oh,
was,
it's not a
why the
friend.
fuck is it not on anything here? Especially
It's
for like
not
what we're about to go in with art direction. Why? I know
What?
Metaphor is good, but what?
Yeah, you're right. It did get released. Initial release date was February 1st, 2024 for Persona 3 Reloaded.
How?
What?
Oh my god, that just hit me. How? How is it not? Nah, you guys are
Okay,
snubbing
that just
this.
bothered the fuck out of
Okay.
me.
Okay. I don't give a fuck how good Stellar Blades thing is. Get it out of here. You're getting the boot from me. But like the thing with Final Fantasy 7 Rebirth, that one thing that always makes me enjoy a score or makes me enjoy music just in general is something that can just stick in my head for a bit, whether it's annoying stick in my head or just casually stick in my head. If you're at least something I can think of for a certain moment or time in my life, you've won me over. And like Final Fantasy 7 had like a great soundtrack from like its battle themes to its variations on battle themes
Is it
to just
remixed from the original or is it like updated tracks?
So some of them are updated, some of them are, from the old game and all that, but like a lot of it too is just like there's a lot of variations too. So like the battle theme, for example, it could be, the same. It like how do I say this? You could have the battle theme from like the first area, and then we go to like the next area, it's the same theme, it's just different. Like they hit some certain motifs going on and all that. They have different instruments playing it though, that's like orchestrated differently and all that, but like it just kind of hits a chord that just makes sense for the area you're in. So like for example, the biggest track I can think of is the chocobo theme that goes when you're riding your chocobo and all that. It's different in each area you're in, but it's
Oh,
still the same theme, so it's just different. So it's like if you took like a rap song and it's just like, all right, let's make this rap song into a jazzy blues song, and it's like, wait, is that even possible? Well, hey, you know what? Yeah, it is possible. Here's what it sounds like. Oh, it actually sounds kind of cool. Like it's kind of like that in a way. But
oh,
yeah, it's like
before
yeah.
you continue, I do want to actually input because the example that you did, there is a artist that I listened to a few
Mhm.
songs from him but he does this thing where he takes a song like that he wrote and it like has just generic lyrics, but he puts
Mhm.
it to different sounds and it sounds amazing from the few that I've
Yeah.
heard. So is the artist is named CFCF, and he has the
Okay.
two that I have in my playlist is indie song and punk song. Same lyrics, different sounds, different vibes, both amazing. Um, just
Yeah.
I just wanted to point that out since you
No,
reminded me
no,
of it. Thank you.
no. Well, like that's the thing, because like Final Fantasy VII's soundtrack, like I can just be walking down the hallway, and this is it's been months since I've even touched that game too. But I'll walk down, like I'm just walking at work and all that, and I'll just be like do 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 do, and I'm like, oh shit, why am I just singing fucking one of the just the overworld songs in one of the areas? But like you take that theme and then like you go into like this ranch area of the map, and it like immediately like changes the orchestration of it. It's just like, okay, let's get this banjo in here doing it, being like bring 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 bring. It's
You
like,
already
oh,
lost
that's
me with the
fucking
banjo.
sweet. Like, well, yeah, that's like just an example.
Oh
And
no, I just
like,
really hate the banjo.
oh well, good. I'll bring up the banjo even more. But like, I don't know. It does the music and just really helps just sell the world, I guess, and like kind of makes you feel part of their world in a way. But yeah, just looking at this list, yeah, it's Final Fantasy VII.
Big
Like,
respect. Vash, do you have any input on this?
Sucks to say, I have not heard any of their music for this one, so I cannot give too much thought. I am shocked that Persona 3 is Reloaded is not there. That's one thing I have to agree with you guys, because I've heard a few songs from Persona 3 Reloaded and they were amazing. I don't remember the top of my head about them. So just to be shocked about this, it's shocking.
yeah,
Yeah.
literally
Okay. Valid.
the fact I can go to look at my dog and be like, "Hey Sydney, what game do you want me to play?" Because usually I'll have the TV on with the sound and all that, but I'll be like, "Do you want me to play the Brown Chicken Brown Cow song?" This game, and it's literally because like there's a track in Persona 3 that's like chicken brown now, chicken
I
brown now.
know
I'm just like,
exactly which one you're talking about.
do 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 do. Yeah, that one. It's like, why is that not on here? That
Yeah,
that makes me
absolutely criminal.
that makes me
But
upset.
if I was to give mine to anyone, it is probably going to have to be Metaphor,
Mhm.
with a close second to Astrobot. Astrobot's soundtrack
It's
is
good.
absolutely so amazing.
Oh, okay.
Okay,
I'll check it out.
Sounds to the songs to the levels. There's a whole like overworld area that you go through, and the song that they play, it got stuck in my head for 2 weeks. God damn, it was fire.
Wow.
So yeah, mine goes to Metaphor with a very close second to Astrobot.
Good
Okay.
choice. Good combo.
But once again, if you haven't played or listened to or saw Metaphor, just look at a battle and you'll understand why I'm choosing that there.
It does look like it.
Next, we go into oh wait, no, I almost skipped it. Best art direction, which we have I never heard of it. Metaphor, Refantasio, Elden Ring, Shadow of the Earth Tree, Black Myth, Wukong, and Astro Bot.
For anybody, this is for the outstanding creative or technical achievement in artistic design and animation. And I'm just say my vote. I have not seen too much of Elden Ring. I have not seen much of the other games. Never even heard of the game. Never. I'm gonna give my vote for Black Myth Wukong because that's the most I saw of story play and everything, and looks fucking detailed. I saw a gameplay that or seen a reel. It was him moving the stick of his in the sand or the desert or the snow, just kept being moved. That type of detail, that type of artistry into the character of Black Myth. You see the hair of him, of the monkey. You see all the detail of his armor. I find it very beautiful, and it showed how achievement, advancement, and the design of the characters, and also fuck the spiders, even though they look creative, well designed, but fuck the spiders.
Whawkins, do I even need to ask?
Look, no, I mean, first of all, you really don't. But at the same time, I need to get it off though, because Black Myth Wukong has some of the best Okay, so here's one thing they do. When you beat like a level or like a chapter or whatever, they have a music video afterwards. And you may think, oh, music video for like their cutscenes, cool, neat, whatever. No, it's not only just a music video. Each one is animated very differently. Like for example, one of them is stop motion. They
Oh,
literally did a stop motion music video for this game.
I
There's
didn't know they
also a
did
part,
that.
yeah, dude. Yeah, dude. Oh, and it's so good too. But like, even still, like after you beat the chapters too, they show you like this tapestry too of like the journey you went on and some of the stories and all that stuff. So like, that's really cool. And like, just I mean, I don't know if character design does character design. Yes, it does. Well, fuck it. I'm gonna throw character design in this. The character designs in Wukong are awesome. They took great inspiration from the Chinese mythologies and all that stuff, but like kind of modernized it too in a way that's like, because that's the thing, like it's not like a Dark Souls game. It's not like it's more like God of War in this aspect where it's like, okay,
I
very
was gonna say
linear.
like
That
Oshua's Wrath.
exactly. So it's like, okay, you're getting just the story just flows well with everything that's around there, because like, and Vash had mentioned like there was there's aspects of the environment too that really play into the effect, like like when you're in the snow, like things like there's actually trails that kind of follow you and all that stuff, and like oh, man, it's just really good. It really does a good job of like getting you into the environment, because that's the thing. Like, there's not like a lot of music going on. It's a lot of just ambient noise around you as well. So like that too just adds to like putting you into this world and really directing what it is, like all the art just around it. So yeah, it's Black Myth Wukong for me. I don't give a crap about what you have to say about your little robots, about your little, persona wannabes, your little DLCs. That's any of these, but whatever. That's besides the point. And whatever the fuck Neva is, like I never heard of you. That's the third time we've done that joke, and I don't give a shit. I'm gonna do it again. Like,
I was thinking the same damn thing.
Same.
But yeah, if I'm going for best art direction, as adorable as Astrobot is, that's what and it does have good level design. That's what it has going for it, is that it is adorable. Um, when it comes to metaphor, it's beautiful. It really is. The art style is amazing. But if you've seen one Atlas game, it's kind of like the rest of them, but tweaked.
yeah,
Even though the character design in this is also really awesome, it does kind of do the thing that I find weird about Persona 3, where they make their necks uncomfortably long. But
yeah,
that's neither here
yeah.
nor there.
I've seen some of those.
Yeah, but I'm gonna keep it a buck. Even Wukong, it just takes it. Like the set pieces, beautiful. I didn't even know about the cutscene thing. I gotta go watch those because I'm not playing this game
Oh,
because once
dude.
again, fucking spiders. Um, but yeah, no, set pieces, beautiful. The character designs that I've seen, beautiful. I can see every individual hair on this monkey,
Mm-hmm.
and they got the hair physics down. It's Wukong for
Dude,
me.
there's a level that you fight like this kind of like yin yang kind of thing, and like just the way how do I even describe it? It's just like the way they have the whites and the darks just like mesh and meld so well, like because that's the thing, like things kind of like water based, but no, it's more ink based, not water, because like just like the texture that you can see, it's like, oh, this flows like a liquid, but it's not water. It's a little bit denser than water, like, oh, it's just so good. But the fact that you can notice that just from fighting the thing, it's like, oh, this is good. And like, there's a part too where you're fighting in mud. Like, literally, you have to you end up getting mud, this special armor after you're fighting in the mud that actually is supposed to help you in fighting in the mud. But see, that's just again like with like direction of the game. I guess this kind of goes into a future category we're talking about too. It's just like it 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 wants you to play it again. it demands that you play it again to fully grasp and get the true experience. And I haven't gotten back to it yet, but like, oh my god, it's so good.
But we all
It's
know it's
so
going to
good.
happen.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes. So all of us, we vote Wukong, which takes us into the last two, which is another two-parter. One for Game of the Year and also Best Game Direction. You notice something a little similar? It's because these are the exact fucking same. So it makes my life easier. So let's just look at it for, well, I'm gonna have Vash read the descriptions of both. Would you please?
Yes, the best game direction is for awarding for outstanding creative vision and innovation in game direction and design.
Thank you. And then for Game of the Year.
Recognizing a game that delivers the absolute best experience across all creative and technical fields.
Couldn't have said it better myself. So, with that being, for these two different decisions, we got ASTRO Bot by Team Asobi and SIE, a PlayStation exclusive. We got Balatro by Local Thunk slash Playstack, a mobile game, now that I'm finding out, and also an indie game. We have Black Myth Wukong by Game Science. We have Elden Ring, Shadow of Erdtree from Software and Bandai Namco, a DLC, by the way. We have Final Fantasy VII Rebirth by Square Enix, not a DLC, by the way. And then we have Metaphor ReFantazio by Studio Zero, Atlas, and Sega. So, I'm going to give it to Vash first. All right. What will you say is your best game direction and best game of the year?
I appreciate you for adding your remarks about a few things. I want to add details to that. For the emphasis that people have had complaints for the past 2-3 weeks since this game of the year got released. Understandable. Elden Ring, Shadow of the Erdtree. Look, guys, I get it. It's DLC. But people need to understand by the description that I read, recognizing a game that delivers the absolute best experience across all creative and technical fields. Understandable that this is a DLC to an existing game that already exists. Understandable. However, this DLC is not like your normal DLC that's 8 hours or 6 hours or less than 12 they could beat it within a day, or quick DLC that's part of the game. From what I know, this DLC is like a 60-hour type of gameplay. To me, that's like an if, like, you know, it happens every once in a blue game that could be added. Will DLCs be added every year? I don't know. That is case by case scenario. Who knows when it happens next time. For Game of the Year, for me, I have not played any of these. I've seen Astro gameplay. I've seen Black Myth Wukong, most of these. I didn't even hear fucking Balatro. Elden Ring, I have seen gameplay, but not too much. Final Fantasy VII Rebirth is part 2 of a remake that is an original game that adds more story to the original, but adding more to itself as a game that could be a example of being its own game, even though it could be considered to a remake. So that's another thing. Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, I played the remake part 1. I have not played Rebirth yet, so I have not too much. I haven't even finished part 1 of the remake, but I know it's very good. Cloud, all this stuff, Ezra as fuck this dude, I get it. Metaphor, don't know shit about it other than it's made by Sega and Atlas. But out of all this Game of the Year, I have to give it to Black Myth Wukong. For the other one of the best direction, I'd give it to Astrobot.
Okay. So as far as direction, because I feel like you can better explain what direction means to, I guess, me. So why did you give that to direction?
So for creative vision and innovation, like to the I feel like that's more story aspect and to what the game is Astrobot, and I felt like I have seen some few levels and everything. It felt like a mixture of the Mario games with Little Big Planet, and that to me, like, if anything, you're right. I could switch it. I could put Black Myth Wukong for game direction, and if anything, give Astro Ball for game of the year. If you go more by that question, then I will give it to the switch of the answer.
Okay. Okay. Valid.
Alright.
Whawkins, go ahead.
Spit your fire.
Okay, all right. Looking at this list. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and ignorant children of the Isles. Fuck Balatro. I don't know what the fuck you are. Get off of my list. Get out of here. I didn't even know you were a mobile game. The fact the mobile game is on here is also just as disrespectful to me as a fucking DLC being on here. I don't give a shit how much you cost, how long you take. Because hey, guess what? That time is how long it takes you to get good at beating a couple bosses. Great, awesome,
Wait,
fantastic.
the game Balacha is an actual card game,
Mm-hmm.
and it's here. Wow. Okay. Cool. Wow.
Yeah.
I'm more shocked.
When it comes to DLCs being part of this, I mean, I get it. There's a lot of stuff put into it. I get that part. It's just an add-on to another game, though. So it's like, I don't know. It's a really I don't know. We'll dive into that later. I don't fucking give a shit about it right now. I think that's where it comes to. I just don't give a shit about Elden Ring. Like, cool, neat. Your game's hard, fan flippin' tastic. Can't say much about Astrobot because I do want to play it, but from what I've seen, really good stuff. Really great game design. Seems the story's pretty basic as well, which isn't a bad thing at all. Like a lot of cute platformers like this have a basic story to them and all that. So great, awesome. Then we go to these other three. I know I haven't played Metaphor. I want to. It's on my list. But just again, knowing Atlas games, how those go, I can see why it's on this list. I just don't have enough to really put it as a contender against the two games I definitely did play this year. So, but I do want at least want to give it like that nice little comfortable third place spot for both of these categories. But now we get to the two that I'm just so fucking torn with because with Final Fantasy VII, that game this year took up a couple months of my life this
Yeah, it
year
did.
because
I
I
remember.
literally did almost everything I could do on those maps, except for play the stupid Queen's Blood game mini games that they were having. Because you're gonna hear this a lot. Fuck that. Because no, it just wasn't my stride in that game. But hey, did all the other stuff on the map. Was able to beat the game in a relatively all right fashion, and yeah, it left a good image and left a good impression on me to be like, okay, you know what, this is an awesome game. It makes me actually want to go back to the original to kind of see like a lot of the differences that they're doing, a lot of the additions, a lot of like the just spreading things out and all that they're doing with this three-parter and all that. But then I look at Black Myth Wukong, and that shit literally that put me through an epiphany, a journey, if
I
you will.
remember
Because
you
like,
talking to us. Yeah.
where because I'm a very impatient gamer. Like, I'll be patient when I need to. Like, oh, I'll play Assassin's Creed and try to actually assassinate the person. But I'm sorry, I'm a Leroy Jenkins type of person. I am gonna go in guns blazing. I'm gonna go in with a
Ding.
little punch. Like, I am. I just that's how I like to play. I don't give a crap about all that. But like Wukong,
Excuse me.
Wukong taught me to be patient. It taught me to be a more patient gamer. It taught me to be like, okay, maybe I actually do need to strategize a little
Oh,
bit more than just like,
I
oh,
should play
let
this
me,
game then. That should, because that
other.
should teach me how to have patience when it comes to
Mhm.
games.
But like other than being like, oh, the best defense is a good offense, like that kind of mindset. It's like, no, hold on, wait a minute. Let's dial it back. Let's use, maybe a lesser armor so I can move around a bit better in this pool of blood. Oh, this lightning dragon guy is super hard. Okay, well, let me put more stats in my clones rather than like my stoppage because he doesn't give a crap about me, using Zaworodo on him. So it's like, okay, well, let me try something different. And like that's the thing with like that of with Wukong is like you can maneuver your stats and all your points that you get. You can maneuver them however you want, whenever you want. So it's not like, oh, you have to go into this certain station. Well, you do have to go to a certain station, but it's like there are checkpoints throughout like each level and each chapter and all that. So it's like okay, I can go here, I can rest up a bit, but I can also reallocate a lot of stuff. And like when it comes to directing of the game, so like one complaint a lot of people have was like, oh, there's no map for the game, herpader, but it's like just because there's no map doesn't mean you can't figure out where you're at. And again, that just like it adds so much more to like just being part of the world, just being like being able to be like, okay, so I know this ridge has like these monsters, so I can farm there, but like if I go over here, I'll be closer to like the upgrade station for my gourds and all that. So it's like you actually learn more about the world you're living in by not having things like, oh, like a map, for example, to be like, okay, I need to go like northeast and all that stuff. No, just follow the path.
Don't
That
you
makes
hate when
system.
you have to know your game?
Yeah, right. Like, don't you hate the fact that you can look on the whole screen compared to just a little circled map on the top right corner of your screen? Like, imagine being that immersed in a video game. Couldn't have been Black Myth Wukong. Couldn't have been that at all. But like again, it drives you to a point where it's just like, okay, you're gonna have some easier boss fights, then they'll get you ready for the next boss fight that's gonna take you over 3 hours and almost throwing your controller multiple times and wanting to flip tables and all that stuff. And like
We've watched this
literally
happen, by
late.
the way.
Yes. I was just gonna say, like, we have had like pre podcast recordings or live streams. I have played this game in front of these gentlemen and they have heard the obscenities that have come out of my mouth, the cursing, like, but that's the thing. I got so frustrated with the game, but I never wanted to quit because it was fair. And that's one thing that I like in a game that's hard is are you fair? And that is Black Myth Wukong. So like with direction, it's Black Myth Wukong all the way. I think it did a phenomenal job of like guiding you through the story, but also keeping some things secret. Cause like there's still again like those branching paths you can go down, finding those like those secret bosses and all that stuff and like some of the secret stuff because that's the thing like you had to do like other things like for example the first chapter you had to find these three bells to ring before you could even get to a final boss and well not the final boss the secret boss and the secret boss was basically a variation on a boss you already faced earlier but with a few tweaks where like this guy's stronger he's faster he has a different move where now he can regain all of his health now if all these people start gathering up around him. Like it's things like that. Like you you taught me how to play the game. You taught me how to beat this boss. And now you're giving me the secret boss that's kind of that, but different. He's better. He's faster, stronger, all that stuff. But like, yeah, for direction, I gotta give it to Black Myth Wukong. But like I'm still torn with Game of the Year because it's like I could give it to Black Myth Wukong. I could keep that agenda going. But there was something special about Final Fantasy VII. Like there was something special about Rebirth because it's like that because that was also an experience, but it's more of like an experience that you have when you're like watching a series go by, or like watching a TV show play, or a movie that you really like. It's like,
So
I want these characters to be good. I want these characters to be happy, and I want to make sure I can get them to the promised land that is the end of the game, and hopefully good things happen at the end of the game.
So would you say game of the year for you is Black Myth Wukong and the best game direction being Final Fantasy VII Rebirth?
You flip them a bit,
Yeah.
because direction is Wukong, but I'm still torn with game of the year, because it's like both of them have really good things, but like, I mean, the way I talked about Wukong, I know is a lot higher than Final Fantasy VII, but it's like there's just something different about Final Fantasy VII that, like, it's kind of hard to describe, and that's something I really look at for a game. Like, give me just the experience. Because, like, even though I can't come up with the words of the experience, it's the fact that I had that experience that really speaks volumes for the product that you gave me. So it's like, man, I'm so torn between that. But I mean, personally, it might be Wukong, but I have a feeling Final Fantasy VII's gonna get it, and I wouldn't be surprised if it did get it.
That is
But
a
that's my
super
personal
valid
opinion.
answer.
How about
Yeah.
you? Our
And
host.
for me, I will have to, I do want to say one thing. And it's not a knock to the game, because everything I've seen from the game has genuinely been amazing. I feel like Metaphor is only here because of recency bias, because Metaphor just came out in
Yeah.
October.
Yeah.
If Metaphor didn't come out that month, 9 times out of 10, either Dragon Ball Sparking Zero or Persona 3 would have been there. Just keeping it a buck.
Mhm.
I can see that.
Probably not for game direction, but for game of the year, I feel like Dragon Ball Z would have definitely been there.
Yeah.
But that's just the only reason I think it's there. And it honestly is my third place, because I don't feel like Elden Ring should be here.
No.
I see and understand.
And I don't know what Balatro is. And then Final Fantasy Rebirth, it's new enough, like with the content that's in it, but I'm torn on remakes being in,
So look,
being
Mhm.
in these
No,
kind
I
of.
get
so I'm
that.
happy you brought up this
decisions.
question slash comment, because I feel like we should have new categories next year that should be best DLC of 2024, or I'm just saying like example year, best remake of 2024, and then best game of the year could also be considered as the best experience of the game and etc. But I feel like best DLC, yes, a lot of DLCs don't always happen every year, but even if you have 4 or 5 and only 5 of those came out, you can still say which are the best out of these 4 and 5. Like Destiny, like Call of Duty or Fortnite have season passes. Those could be considered as DLCs. So maybe Fortnite or Call of Duty can have some type of version of season passes as a DLC considered on a category. And best remake as Silent Hill, the Final Fantasy, and I think 2 other games were remake considered. So I feel like
Yeah.
those should be categories that should be made in the future.
So I understand
Well,
what you're saying about that, and I do agree with the DLC. I don't think they could make remakes its own thing, just
yeah.
because DLC, we can guarantee that more than, like, 10 DLCs for games, like, no matter how big they are, we can always guarantee that we're going to have DLC for some games in a year, right?
Yeah.
Like, even with
Oh,
just fighting games, they get multiple DLCs every year, so you can technically count like a character pack coming out for a fighting game as
mhm.
DLC. And if it's just a character that everybody loves, that could be put on here. That I get. I don't think you can do the same for remakes and remasters.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's fine then. But still, DLC I feel like will help it where a lot of people could question for game direction or game of the year for Elden Ring and etc. Because like game of the year, I feel like it's more like the best experience the game you play. For DLC, it's kind of tough because it's his game. Elden Ring but Shadow of the Ultra is not considered a game as DLC
Mm.
to the point. Even though it could have been the best experience game involving, yes, but aspect where you could get the CD or the disc. I mean, on the CD or you have to download Elder Reach. No, you have to be in a certain part of the story to play this DLC. So that's kind of tough too.
Yeah.
I could see DLC like what happened with Elden Ring. Maybe with God of War, what happened when that random Valhalla DLC dropped. But that could be something I could see more being part of like the direction category. Because it's like some of that DLC adds to the story and kind of adds to, where things were going as you were playing the game and all that. So like if they were part of direction, I'm kind of fine with that. If
Yeah,
I'm
I'm
if
fine with
I'm
the
being
direction.
honest, yeah, it's just the game of the year thing because like again, like you're adding to an older game, like you're adding to a game that, and especially something that like just recently came out because like, well, I mean, I say recently, but it's been like what 2 years since Elden Ring came out, but I don't know, it's a very tricky web that you have to kind of spin to like
Yeah.
almost make everybody happy, even though that is a concept that will
Never
ultimately
exists.
destroy you. Yeah, trying to make like that ain't gonna happen. But
Yeah.
yeah, just
But that's when it gets to my top two, which is
mm,
Astrobot and Black Myth. Now, because yeah, Metaphor is definitely my number three because I think it's amazing. It's just recency bias that kind of got it here, which not a knock towards the game, but yada yada yada. But then we get to like Astrobot, where sound design I think is great. I think the score of the game is amazing. I think the level design is amazing. I think the references are amazing.
mm,
Everything about it is adorable. The different PlayStation exclusives they take you through. They brought back Ape Escape, bro. Like it's so
yep,
much about it that is amazing. And then you recognize the fact that it is just like a 3D platformer. And it's like
yep,
it doesn't have that enticing of a story, but we all remember the Astros Playroom, which was a tech demo that they basically made into a game, which had very good replayability, by the way. Um, and then this is essentially that fleshed out. It's given a story. I don't necessarily know what it is because I haven't played it yet. But
yeah.
it's given a story, it's given a reason, it's given like, things. So I can put it in game direction.
Hmm.
For my game of the year, I will give it to Black Myth Wukong. If by anything, this nigga Whawkins has sold me on this game so much. Like, I want to play it, but I just want to skip that spider level. I just don't like spiders. I
That
really
is
just don't
perfectly
like
fine.
spiders.
I mean, it would be hard to skip it. So just because it is actually like if it was a side thing, I would say yes, go ahead and do it. Just don't do this secret boss. But the fact that it is kind of a big portion of that chapter, it's like, oh no,
Yeah.
oh no,
Uh,
okay.
but I think there is so much going for Wukong that gives it its Game of the Year title for me. Specifically, yeah, the art is amazing, the action is amazing and intuitive. It
Mhm.
makes you learn. Granted, do I like my games where I'm just OP and I can just move about a map just so I can feel better
Yes.
about myself? Of course I do. It's the reason I play gotcha games. Um, I can just roll for a character. Cool. Nice little big titty waifu that's also strong as fucking has a scythe for some damn reason. Yeah, I'm going through killing everything. We're happy hunky dory. This doesn't hold your hand like that. Yes, you're getting the OPness by as you go through that is fucking Wukong, dear God. But it gives you the challenge from everything that I've seen, because I've seen plenty of people play it, and just like fights alone, they don't feel too unfair. the powers seem well balanced for the most part. I've seen some things that are just like, yeah. And just
Yep.
everything about this game is so fucking cool.
It is. It really
So,
is.
I
Like
do plan to
so
play.
the fact.
I do plan to
yeah.
play one day for sure because I do want to
Mm,
play myself, and I do love the Journey to the West storyline of Son Goku and everything. So I would love to know the original story of the Monkey King and how that story has made so many stories of Dragon Ball, Go to High School, and much more. So I would definitely love to play it.
literally everything is Wukong. Everything like I shit you not. Spider-Man, Wukong. Batman, Wukong. Superman, Wukong. Fucking Tony Soprano, Wukong. Cloud Strife, Wukong. Luffy, Wukong. Goku, definitely Wukong. Fucking Mario, Wukong. Pikachu, Wukong. Venusaur, Squirtle, Arcanine, however the rap went again, all Wukong. Ed and Nettie, Wukong. Like literally every story that you could think of, there is an aspect of it that derived from Wukong. And I know that's mainly from, the the um the myths and the legends and all that stuff, but the fact that like a game can make you feel like that, because that's the thing, like it starts you off playing as the legit god Wukong. Like the tutorial level is you as Wukong, and then it immediately thrusts you into, okay, well, I hope you had fun being a god, because now you're nothing with no powers, no shadow
What?
clones, no like nothing at all except for a power pole, and yeah, good luck with
So we went
getting
from
Wukong's parts.
level 8 out of 10 to becoming back to level 1 square one.
Basically, yeah.
Wow, that's insane.
Um,
Okay,
yeah.
You
man.
Well,
still
that's the
got
thing. It's like,
hands.
yeah, exactly. Like you. Well, that's the thing. You got to learn how to get them hands. Like you got to like
Oh,
go through some trenches for those hands, and it
damn,
puts
you
you
went
through
back to
some
square
trenches. All
one.
right.
Shit, that's work. You got putting the work in the
Like,
ring.
well, see, that's the thing, and like, and I had said this earlier a little bit. It's like it encourages you to do multiple playthroughs because, like, you get these one power up, but like you only get like 1 point for each one, but there's three of them, and it's like, okay, well, I can't really get all of that in a single playthrough. Okay, so like New Game Plus comes around, and it's like, okay, yeah, enemies get tougher, all that stuff, but like everything carries over. But it's like the max level is so tied to with again the myth of Wukong is like, oh, max level is 342. Well, why is that? Well, uh, apparently according to legends, that's how old Wukong was supposed to get in his lifetime. But then he ate 15 immortal peaches and now he's immortal 15 times over, and there's other instances of him just continuously getting immortality. Like it's so bonkers crazy. But it's like it really makes you earn that title. And if you want to see some title earnage, not to plug shit, but there's a video up on my channel of me fighting the final boss,
Oh,
fighting
yes, I
Wukong
remember. Yes.
himself. Oh, it's so good. It's so like when I tell you a boss literally, and I don't get like this when I'm playing games. A boss literally had me standing up right here in this room, and when I finally beat the fucker, it's the fucking the damn scorpion, the fucking scorpion guy. You get that motherfucker. The moment I beat him, I legit fell to my knees in ecstasy. I was like, oh, I beat him finally. And that's what a game should do. That's what a good game should do. Game of the fucking year, Black Myth Wukong. Give it to them, you flipping cowards. If not, I'm going to pee all over your oats in the morning.
Most likely it's gonna go.
You don't
My
want that.
guess is gonna go to Elder Ring, Shadow of the Elder Tree.
I think it's gonna go to Black Myth.
I hope it does. Honestly, I hope it does.
But so for as our options were for Vash, you said that your game direction was Astrobot, and then your game of the year is Wukong. Am I correct, or was that flipped?
Let's flip it. Yeah.
Okay, so game of the year, Astrobot. Game direction, Wukong.
Yes.
Got you. For Whawkins, game of the year, Wukong. Game direction, wasn't it also Wukong?
Oh, yes, it was.
Okay, yeah. So Wukong times 2. And then for me, game direction, Astrobot. Game of the year, Wukong. So that is all the categories that matter to us. In the 24 nominees of the Video Game Awards, which will be happening when again, Sir Vash?
It's happening on December 12th at 7:30 p.m. EST.
Bet. So this will actually come out before before the Game Awards. So down in the comments, go ahead and tell us your games that you picked. I say for the ones that we did, not all of them, because that'd be a long ass comment.
You can do multiple comments for each list chat as well if you choose to. Go do 25 comments for each category list too.
You know, yeah. I just want to see y'all picks and see how wrong y'all are. Because I don't care what anybody says, there are wrong opinions.
Yeah.
Of course. There's nothing wrong to be wrong.
But all right, I'm going to give it back to you, Vash.
That was the Game Awards prediction for 2024. So I had a good time with that. We had good options, good categories. I know for 2024, this shows me this list. I fucking slack in gaming, and I need to get my shit together to play Black Myth Wukong, and to get back into the Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. I need to finish part 1, so that's on me, and then get back into Black Myth Wukong, and hopefully tried Astrobot soon, because I definitely want to get into that. So this is my lesson learned when it comes to coming to the categories, and I can't wait to hear on December 12th, the day after, people bitching about the things that actually won, or the things that, like Jokester said, that people are wrong about. So I can't wait to see that. How about you guys? What did you feel about these categories? What did you make you feel that you're slacking on or need to get back on?
I am definitely slacking when it comes to gaming, which is tragic. But hey, I be broke.
Yeah,
I just be broke.
Same. That's a huge thing, is broke and time. So if I had money, then maybe I'll make the time for it more, since I'm actually getting to play it.
Yeah. And also, hot take, because you know I don't like Call of Duty. I would rather Call of Duty be in Game of the Year than Elden Ring.
there it is. Tell them how it is. Fuck that shit.
Tell them how it is. Yes. Say it with your chest. How about you, Hawkins? What did you feel about this? Shed some light to you, or you feel that you did all right with gaming, or you should have done more?
I mean, I already know I replay a lot of games way too often, but that's also because, like Jokester said, I'd be broke. I'd be broke. I don't have a lot of time, but the time I do have, I enjoy playing what I know I like. So, hey, if something has some interest or gets like good reviews from people I trust, then yeah, I'll check it out and all that. Like Gazette Piece, for example, like Metaphor and Astrobot, like those are two that have been like in my periphery. It just, again, I need the moolah for it. I need that bread so I can actually play these games and not have to just watch YouTubers do their shit with it. So
we will be one of those days that will get the access code, the beta code ahead, and hopefully to tell you guys how good it is or not.
2XKL, please.
Please give it to us. We hope so. But
just a spoonful.
We hopefully you guys enjoyed this Game Awards prediction as a 0.5 episode. Yes, we appreciate you guys hearing from the title and everything. This Game Awards prediction. Hopefully you had a good time and hearing from our host for this segment and itself of the Game Awards prediction. just to keep it simple, we appreciate you guys. Thank you for joining us on tonight's episode of the Point 5, and let us know if you enjoyed the actual award show on this coming Thursday, and did you have a good time, and were you cringy, did you put bets, and did you have a good time watching it and being wrong like Jokester said himself. So as always, don't forget to follow the social media down below in the description. Don't forget to see continue supporting us, who we are, and let us know what games you're playing down below in the description. Let us know what games are you getting in your backlog, or are you replaying them because you're broke. Other than that, thank you for everyone being here in this episode of Point 5. We see you in the next one. Cheese on pancakes, always.
Yeah,